had that we just shot. We'll show it out later, but it's been just so much fun here in Crandon. Jim, it's your first time. I've been here a few times. What do you think about Potawatomi Turn 1?
The whole thing is madness. We absolutely love it. But we've got 3 classes racing for us tonight. We have got the UTVs going out first, our 4900 class. And there's nearly how many vehicles we got there? I think it's over 40.
Yeah, we've got a lot going on. So we'll have 3 separate races going on. We start with the UTVs, then we go to the EMC class, and then we do the 4400 Unlimited. And it's going to be a great show tonight. And I know we have out in the back, Flannery, they built an amazing rock section out there. It's just got boulders, it's got some high speeds, got some turns. It's going to be a show, Jim.
So let's get this right, Miles. We've been watching them racing the short course today and the slightly longer short course, but what we're going to see now is we're going to be looking at these. This is the new rock trails we've got out the back of the main course. This is going to be called the Rigid Raid on the Rocks, and just check these out. They are absolutely monsters. And we're going to be watching our 4900 UTVs racing on these first of all, then followed by our EMC classes. That'll be the 4800s, the 4600s, and the 4500s. Then we got the big guns. We got the 4400s coming out later on this evening. It's going to be dark. It's going to be chaotic. It's going to be full bore racing.
It's going to be absolutely amazing. And tonight is the World Champions, and they get a ring as well. This is a points race. They get payouts. They get a laser nut trophy. We have 35 UTVs in total with the open, the stock, and the mod. This is the 4900 Can-Am UTV class. We have a stock production. We have a pro modified and open UTV. So there's going to be 3 races going on all at the same time. So we will do our best to keep honest, but these UTVs are a lot of fun. So the stock production, you have to have an OEM chassis, 1,000 cc engine maximum, 33-inch tire, and the pro mod has to be based on an OEM chassis.
Yeah, so aftermarket chassis are allowed, must use stock suspension pickup points, reinforcings allowed on those, must run full front plastics, maximum of 1,000 cc engine, aftermarket turbos are allowed with a maximum of a 35-inch tire.
And then open UTV is just what that means. It is absolutely open. Build what you want and come racing with us here at Ultra 4 Racing. Again, this is the Progressive Crandon Classic, and we will be heading out back for the Ultra 4 Rigid Rage on the Rocks. This is the 53rd Polaris Crandon World Championship of Off-Road Racing. And then, Jim, tomorrow we still have the 7th Crandon Red Bull World Cup.
Oh, mate, there's just so much great racing coming this evening and tomorrow. I cannot wait to get started. And we're looking now at the 4900s lining up on the start line, getting ready to get going. And we're just waiting for that green flag.
And sitting in that pole position is number 20, Travis Zollinger.
Now, we watched them racing last night, and they absolutely threw it down. And Levi Metzinger is sitting in the 2nd position.
And then Carson Atkins.
Then it's Jake Versey in 4th.
Jamie McCoy sitting in 5th.
In 6th is Brian Stone.
In 7th position, Dustin Robbins.
Then in 8th is Tyler Gibbs.
In that 9th position, James Cantrell.
In 10th is Brian Hamby.
In 11th is Andy Ives.
In 12th is Matt Wilburn.
In 13th is Todd Rimmereed.
And right next to him in 14th is Tyler Rimmereed.
In 15th position is Patrick Murray.
Then in 16th place is Bill Hibbard.
In that 17th position is Chance Hagen.
Then in the 979 and 18 is Jack Latourneau.
In 19th position, David Fisher.
Then we've got AJ Stratman.
In 21, it's Cameron Zollers.
Then it's Mike McClure.
Jeremy Blackburn.
Josh Owen.
Brandon Anderson.
Ian Boyce.
Garrett Toombs.
Peyton Dunford.
Aiden Gilbert.
I'm looking forward to seeing that young man racing tonight, and it's Dunny Kallenbrock.
And Mike Park.
Then Aaron Lynch.
Cody Quattlebaum.
And then Thomas Ram.
And last but not least, Mr. Chris May.
So 35 runners and riders in this 4900 class, and we're just waiting to go green here in Crandon.
We have 8 in the open class. We have 15 in the stock and 12 in the pro mod. So 35 cars in total getting ready to take the track. Again, this is 3 different races going on all at the same time. And the normal track is 1.75 miles, but this one with that rock, the Rigid Rage on the Rocks out back is 2.5 miles in total. We'll be racing 7 laps for the UTV class, the 4900 Can-Am UTV class. And before we get started, let's give a huge shout-out to Can-Am, Ford, Bronco, Monster Energy, Optima Batteries, 4 Wheel Parts, Progressive,
King Shocks, Laser Nut, Griffin Radiator, VP Racing Fuels, Nitto Tires, Holly EFI, and of course, King of the Hammers.
Amsoil, Method Race Wheels, Axial RC Cars, PCI Race Radios,
Spider Tracks, Recaro Seats, and Baja Jerky.
Off the Grid Clothing, MBRP, Yukon Gear and Axle, HCR, Warn, and Factor 55.
ARB, Rigid, Brannick Motorsports, Tread Lightly, and Action Sports Canopies.
So please support who supports the sport. Without all these amazing marketing partners, would not be racing at the Big House tonight under the lights.
Now you'll notice the big difference between these UTVs and the UTVs that we saw racing earlier here at Crandon. Look at the ground clearance on these vehicles. We've got vehicles here running with 35 and 33-inch tires so they can get over those massive rocks out the back.
And that is what the crowd wants to see. We have a great crowd building out back. We still have quite a few up front because we're running the Bronco boulders up front as well.
We will indeed. The pace we saw of these guys yesterday across there was absolutely electrifying, and I think we're going to see more of the same. But these guys have got to be careful. Any punches, and their race is done.
This is our third and final race in the Eastern Series before we end up at the end of the year for Legends of the Fall at Mid-America Outdoors, just outside of Jay, Oklahoma, October 26th through the 30th, where we'll crown all of our champions. But sitting in the first place in East for the Pro Mod,
yeah, and sitting in first place currently on points, it's that man, Paul Wolf.
And then Justin Barth.
And rounding out the top three is Dustin Robbins. Now, these guys are all racing this weekend. Let's see what they can do.
In the 4900 stock class, it's Matthew Walraven up top.
Then it's Jeremy Blackburn.
And Casey Gilbert's son, Aiden Gilbert.
Then in the 4900 opens in the East Coast, it is Scott Raymer.
Followed by Mark Welch.
And then it's Trey Price.
So it's going to be down to this last race here for the Progressive Crandon Classic. We are just moments away. We should be taking off here very, very soon.
And they'll be heading on down, of course, to the Forest County Potawatomi, Turn 1. And I can't wait to see this.
We have Ultra 4 New Zealand tuned in. Caleb's excited to watch. We got people tuning in all over the world. Our buddy back at Mid-America Outdoors, Scott Rains, tuned in, checking everything out. They've had a great weekend so far with the Mid-America Championship side-by-side series, and they had the Nasty Mud event back at Mid-America Outdoors. We need to give a huge shout-out to Cliff Flannery and Marty Fioca for making this happen. And then we also have Jason and Gayla Robinette, the owners of Ultra 4 and Mid-America Outdoor, making things happen. It's been a great deal working with everything, and it looks like we're getting closer and closer for kicking off the Progressive Crandon Classic. But everybody's excited to see, and there it is, the Ultra 4 Rigid Rage on the Rocks out back.
Now, we saw the Pro 4s out here only a short while ago, and literally as soon as they were finished and that podium was over, we saw scores of people making their way up towards these rocks. It's going to be absolutely fantastic out there this evening.
And on screen, they'll be coming from our right and then do a 90 right, down all the way to the end, do a 180 back, and up and over the Recaro Rocks. There is an Amsoil Hot Pits right next to, or just before you get to Potawatomi Turn 1, but I don't think we'll see much action there. But there could be some tires. We'll see what happens. But if you pull in to the Amsoil Hot Pits on a short course race like this, it's going to be tricky. Yeah,
not long now before we see these 4900s kick off. And don't forget, we've got 3 races this evening. First of all, we've got those 4900s, and they're going to be doing 7 laps. Then after them, we've got our EMC classes, the 4500s, the 4600s, and 4800s, and, of course, the
stock sportsman. Yep.
Thank you
those
very
two
much,
square body pickups.
Indeed. And with slight difference there, we're going to be seeing the stock guys going to be racing 6 laps, and the rest of the class is going to be racing 7.
And then the 4400 Unlimited class, we bump them up to 8 laps.
It's exciting stuff. And just look at the crowds growing there now. Now, we've got live bands back down here by the Red Barn. We've also got live bands right there where these guys are.
Guys and gals are filling up the Ultra 4 Rigid Rage on the Rocks. Rigid's been there all week getting everything set up. And speaking about setup, I had a great chat. You and I bumped into Cliff Flannery earlier, and he was talking just a few months ago. This hillside was covered in trees, and they've worked tirelessly to make this happen, and it's turned into an amazing, amazing event. And there's another great shot of the crowd. They're getting excited. They're ready to watch some Ultra 4 racing. I see some hands going up.
Yeah, they're looking forward to this now, Miles. It's not long before that flag drops. and we can get this thing going. But look at this. The light is starting to fade. Night is starting to come to Crandon.
And a few of these UTVs, I don't see much for lights up front. We'll see how that plays out for them. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Well, this is interesting. We were speaking about this. This is tactics. This is we're going to see how many guys here have really raced at night before. Because you don't want too much light facing forward. Because if there's a lot of dust, that's going to blind back at you. And that's going to make real problems for seeing. So let's see how that pans out.
It sounds like we are about to go live racing for the 4900 Can-Am UTV class. Remember, there are three classes racing all at the same time. We have the Open, the Stock, and the Pro Mod. And on that pole position is Mr. Travis Zollinger. They're going to slide this to yellow, and now when the flag drops, they'll be heading towards the Forest County Potawatomi Turn 1.
And we are go, go, go here in Crandon. 4900s make their way down to the Forest County Potawatomi Turn 1.
And from the inside, it's looking like, is that going to be Mike Park that maybe takes the whole shot? What a great race. Yes, number 904, Mike Park. And his Can-Am out front. They're going to hit this little Red Bull jump. We are live racing for the Progressive Crandon Classic. A little touch of the wheel action, the open wheel racing all day long. There's AJ Stratman. Looks like Jacob Fursey there. James Cantrell, Austin Lahr, Dustin Robbins.
Yeah, the whole field's got away safely, and they're now making their way down through, and the lead cars are already through the Polaris gravel pit.
And they are going to be racing hard for those laser nut trophies tonight. This is the points race. They raced yesterday for the heats. Today's the points. And the 4400s race tomorrow afternoon. I see Tyler and Todd Rimmereed out there, and they're going through the Bronco boulders. Mike Park still out front. Looks like Paul Wolf close behind him. Travis Zollinger, Jamie McCoy.
Look at the way they're picking their way through these rocks, Miles. Effortless as they make their way through these 4900s. They just keep on giving.
And during this race, it is actually the HCR hot pits. We'll see how many tires get changed in that one. There's the Lahr car. Patrick Murray.
Looks like most of our field have got through the rocks nice and clean.
Jeremy
and
Blackburn.
on their way out through towards Argonne.
They're coming down the Yukon drop, as we just saw Zollinger absolutely sending it down there. This is what it's all about. This is Ultra 4 racing at its finest. This is the 4900 Can-Am UTV class.
So this is the new part of the track. This is the bit of the track that you wouldn't have seen earlier today. This has been put in especially for our Ultra 4s, and here is our lead car making his way across the rigid rocks.
Mike Park way out front, but Paul Wolf not too far behind. And this is where you have to play the ease game, because to finish first you must finish, and these rocks can really take a toll on these UTVs, because it's a maximum of a 35-inch tire.
Yeah, and look at Travis Zollinger there just wheeling in, hauling back Paul Wolf.
And there's Rimmereed pushing strong. Tyler Rimmereed's been racing all day long in a couple different classes. Great to see him doing that. There's Brian Hamby, Mike McClure, AJ Stratman.
And look at this.
Jacob Fursey. Wow, Jim.
It's just wheel-to-wheel action here, Miles, as they come to the pinch point before heading back out into the main track and making their way down towards Cowboy.
They're back on the normal short course as we speak, and they are all over the throttle. There's Carson Atkins, Jack Letourneau.
Yeah,
Levi Metzinger's up front doing well as well.
Yeah, and you can see our lead cars now just starting to pull out a bit of a lead over the rest of the pack. But look at this, there's still action going on back at the rigid rocks.
Starting to get a little bit of a log jam. There's Cody Quattlebaum on the closest to you. Peyton Dunford towards the back. There's Aiden Gilbert right at the top of our screen right there. He's got his dad, Casey Gilbert, riding shotgun with him. We'll see him race later on this evening in the 4400 class in his Miller car. Ooh, Peyton Dunford, it looks like rear-wheel drive's not working. Not quite sure what's going on. Maybe an axle issue, but the rocks is already starting in some attrition. And I believe Jacob Fursey has a driver rear flat tire. So the HCR hot pits will be hopping today. Tough break for him. There's Dustin Robbins with all things UTV.
And
no, that's Bill Hilliard. Sorry, he's running the old. He's running a very similar car. There's James Cantrell, Brian Stone. What a great start to this race. And there are the Bronco Boulders in the front stretch. They're 2 laps in, 5 laps to go out of 7. James Cantrell.
And already this field is starting to stretch out as our lead cars make their way back round towards the rigid rocks.
There's Rimmery. Now we're back to Paul Wolf and Travis Zollinger heading back to the rigid rage on the rocks.
Let's not forget, Travis Zollinger had a fantastic evening last night. This man is on fire. Let's see what he can do.
I saw somebody's car parked on the infield of the left front. Couldn't quite tell who that was. Tough break. But here is the man himself, Paul Wolf. But Travis Zollinger is right behind him. So 2 Can-Ams. Travis Zollinger, Mr. ZRP himself, is in a single-seat Can-Am. Lots of people don't run co-drivers during the short course. Oh, and Travis Zollinger's going for a pass up the Recaro rocks. Great pass by Travis Zollinger.
Now, we were talking about this the other day. That left-hand line is starting to cut up, and you can see that there now. Was that right-hand front not pulling? Oh, we got a car over. Now, this is down on the rocks in front of the actual big house itself. So what happened there? I wonder if we can get a replay on that a little bit later.
And that was the 902 of Patrick Murray, and it's upside down in the Bronco Boulders. There's Mike McClure and Jeremy Blackburn.
So much action already here on course, and we're only 2.5 laps in.
When we showed up earlier this week, this was a complete grassed up area, absolutely beautiful. It is a full-on racetrack now. There's Tyler Rimmery.
There is so much going on. Nah, that's what I thought I saw. That looked like Paul Wolf parked up at the top of the rocks there. It looked like that.
It was a Can-Am. I'm not sure what happened.
Now, I think it was actually the right-hand front wasn't pulling, so it looks like you might have a broken shaft.
And there's Peyton Dumford pulled off to the side. Tough break for that young lady. There's Jeremy Blackburn and Mike McClure at the center of your screen heading up the Recaro rocks.
Yep. Still in start order from where they were right at the start of this race.
So that was Jamie McCoy that was pulled over to the side.
It is, you're right indeed. Car 70.
Running right over that progressive flag. I'll get you later, buddy.
Now, Jamie McCoy, we watched him in free practice. He had a fantastic pace. So it's really tough luck for Jamie. Oh, nice little bicycle right there.
That was Ian Boyce giving us a little action. Speaking about action, it is absolutely everywhere as they're diving into the Polaris gravel pit. There's Travis Zollinger still making his way.
Yeah, he's just passed the car that's rolled in the Bronco rocks, and he's making his way back out onto lap 3. Now, this car here's got a right-hand rear flat. Just trying to see who that is there.
Patrick Murray still on his side as Carson Atkins comes through and Tyler Gibbs. So let's give us a rundown on our current race leaders with 4 laps to go. It's Travis Zollinger.
In second place is Levi Metzinger.
In third position is Carson Atkins.
In fourth is Tyler Gibbs.
In that 5th position, James Cantrell.
And then in 6th is Brian Stone.
In that 7th position, Andy
Ives. And then in 8th is Todd Remereed.
In 9th position, Dustin Robbins.
And then in 10th is Paul Wolf, but I got a feeling Paul Wolf might be broken, so let's watch that.
Off pace. Now it goes to Chris May, then Brian Hambies. We'll go back to the action with Travis Zollinger back at the rigid rage on the rocks. They've been coming down the Yukon drop and then just full throttle all the way to the rock sections.
Yeah, now look at this. It's a fantastic drive here from Travis Zollinger. He's given us a schooling on these rocks.
He has raced that in the desert. He races short course. He races the rocks. He does a little bit of everything. There's Levi Metzinger, followed by Carson Atkins. Again, if you are just tuning in, we want to thank each and every one of you. This is the Progressive Crandon Classic, and they are back there at the Ultra 4 Rigid Rage on the rocks. But we're looking at the Bronco Boulders right now.
Yeah, our top 3 are all from the UTV Pro Mod class. And our top 3 as it stands at the moment. In first is Travis Zollinger. In second is Levi Metzinger. And in third is Carson Atkins.
Remember, there are 3 different classes racing all at the same time, scored separately, but racing during all at once. We have the Open, the Stock, and the Pro Modified as James Cantrell and Brian Stone are battling it up. The Recaro rides at the top, and we have is that Jack Letourneau possibly at the top of the rock section? Aaron Lynch coming through.
Yeah, that's the 902 car there that we're looking at the moment.
And this left-hand side on our right is the little tougher section of this rock section. So with Patrick Murray on his side, they're having to take a little bit different. There's Dustin Robbins coming up the rock section.
Patrick Murray is now back on his wheels, and he is actually making his way, but I think he might have has he got a flat? It's hard to say. No, I think he might be clean. But he will be 2 laps down, of course.
Brian Hamby still chasing along. And look at that single track making a move. There's Bill Hilliard, followed by Jeremy Blackburn.
Now, it's going to be really interesting to watch these lines changing as this racing goes on. Let's not forget, we haven't just got the 4900s we're watching here. We've also got the EMC classes and then, of course, the big guns. As we see contact.
Carson Atkins all over the tail of Levi Metzinger.
Now, is he going to put a move on him through the rocks here?
What a great battle through the Bronco boulders. Jim, this is an amazing race.
It is indeed. We love watching these vehicles as they pick their way through their rocks. Look at this back round of the rigid rocks. He gives him a little bit of help, pushes him up the rocks there.
That is Brandon Anderson, I believe.
Yeah, I think Brandon might have a broken front end there.
Ian Boyce.
So as you would say, Miles, a tough break. So the rocks are starting to take their toll on some of these vehicles as we watch the 225 spinning out onto track.
That was Brandon Anderson still running right along, but Travis Zollinger is still out front with 3 laps to go.
That's the 4915 there of Ian Boyce, who's making his way through Cowboy, but it's back to the Bronco rocks.
There's Rimmery trying to split the difference. There are UTVs all over. I see Brian Hamby still burning strong. Back to Levi Metzinger, and there is Jamie McCoy. Looks like he's having a little left rear issue possible. Oh, it looks like Levi Metzinger probably just smoked his belt. Lots of smoke going. Right rear isn't pulling possibly.
It's not pulling either, no. Or the front.
Levi Metzinger having issues with his UTV.
Tough now break. Levi was running in 3rd position and was up to 2nd for a while, so that's really unlucky for him. As we watch the 831.
That is
Bill
Hilliard and Jeremy Blackburn. Back to James Cantrell with Mad Ram 11, number 502. I believe that Razor is for sale, so if you want to come racing with us at Ultra 4, you can always come dabble.
It looks like Levi Metzinger still trying to get his vehicle off track there. As we watch the 502 of James Cantrell clearing the rigid rocks.
This is our 3rd and final race in the Ultra 4 Eastern Series, and we will end up at Legends of the Fall at Mid-America Outdoors, just outside of Jay, Oklahoma. We'll have the Ultra 4 Nationals, the National Rock Racing Association Finals, and the Mid-America Outdoors Side-by-Side Championship Short Course Finals as well. That is October 26th through the 30th. That is a do-not-miss event. Absolutely amazing facilities there as well, just like here in Crandon. And Levi Metzinger is broke down in the middle of the Recaro Rock section. The attrition is starting to settle in.
And look at this, getting a schooling there, but there is our current race leader. That is Travis Zollinger.
Mr. ZRP himself.
And he's looking good here as he makes his way around. He's already completed 5 laps.
2 laps to go. So we're about to see the white flag. And checkers for Travis Zollinger.
And look at that carnage here, Miles. There's broken UTVs all over the place.
It is a parking lot back at the Ultra 4 Rigid Rage on the rocks. We're starting
that's why we love Ultra 4 racing. It's about that extra little thing. It's about that extra little bit of difficulty. And that's why we love it so much.
Absolutely. They race at King of the Hammers. They do short course. You know, they do the rocks, woods, desert, whoops, mud. They do it all and do it all well.
That's the 979 picking his way through now.
That is Jack Letourneau. He had a great showing last night as well.
He did indeed. Looking very good indeed. And our current top 3, it is Travis Zollinger in 1st place. In 2nd, a big move up the field there for Tyler Gibbs. In 3rd, it's Karskin Aikens. And then in 4th is James Cantrell, followed in 5th by Todd Remereed.
And then Andy Ives, Dustin Robbins, Brian Hamby, Levi Metzinger, and Brian Stone in the... Sorry, Levi Metzinger is off a lap, and there's our current leader clearing the Recaro Rec section back there at the Rigid Rage on the rocks.
Yeah, and he's going to be collecting the white flag next time round.
So our current leader, Travis Zollinger, having a great show as he's heading towards the Cowboy corner. But lap traffic is definitely starting to take its toll.
It is indeed, but he'll soon pick his way past these cars. His pace is exceptional.
As Travis is heading towards the Forest County Potawatomi turn ones. They're heading through these little roller jump sections. They're probably hitting about 70 miles an hour right now. Just an absolute awesome showing here in Grandin, Wisconsin at the Big House.
Now, all of these vehicles they're racing have spotters in the stands. And Travis Zollinger's spotter will be telling him, you got a comfortable lead there, bud. Keep it on out there. Don't do anything dumb.
Well, they got a helmet on. It's hard to do that, isn't it, Jim? You put the visor down and everything goes, oh, the right front on that 810 car looked a little wobbly.
It did indeed. So it's Travis Zollinger. He's coming around through the Polaris gravel pit.
And look at the lap traffic there is. Remember, there are 3 races going on the same time. And then we'll send it down to our one and only Tiffany Stone to give away those Laser Nut trophies.
So it looks like Travis Zollinger now is making his way around Calamity. Picks up the white flag.
Is out for Travis Zollinger.
And he is now on his final lap, making his way across the Bronco
But
rocks.
Tyler Gibbs just goes for the pass in the Bronco boulders. So there's a lead change as the white flag comes out.
Look at this fantastic stuff here from Tyler Gibbs.
And Tyler Gibbs does have a co-driver in there. We'll see if Travis Zollinger can reel him back in or not. Wow, what a great last lap we have on our hands.
We have. Now, Tyler Gibbs started in 8th position, so he's having a fantastic race. Oh, look at that. Skies it coming off that top, making his way around to the rigid rocks.
He drops down the Yukon launch and is absolutely sending it and starting to pull away from Zollinger, possibly.
Now, what's Zollinger got? Has he got anything? Can Travis come back?
He is still hot on his heels for the 4900 Can-Am UTV class.
So Tyler's making his way through now. He's got 2 rock gardens to go.
And Tyler Gibbs does have the fastest time of the night with a 2:41. That is an impressive lap time.
And just look at him now. He's absolutely throwing it at the scenery.
Oh,
he gets a bad bounce.
Looks like the car's still okay, but Travis Zollinger just has about another minute to go before that checkered flag comes out. Is he going to have enough, or is he going to have to settle for that second position?
He's going to want that number 1 spot. Let's see what they can do as they make their way back round and come back out onto the short course.
And this is the 4900 Pro Modified out front with Tyler Gibbs and Travis Zollinger right behind him.
So Tyler Gibbs makes his way around Cowboy turn, and he's on the straight, making his way down to turn 1.
Looks like Rupus Racing is back home with doing a little watch party. They've only got Zandy and Chip here, and they usually come in full force, but they're tuned in back home. As we watch Tyler Gibbs, just a few corners to go.
Full opposite lock as he makes his way up through the Red Bull Arch and round into the Ponzi top turn. Then over Skybox and heads on down to the Polaris gravel pit.
And then hit the Polaris legendary leap.
And look at his co-driver pumping the air.
Pumped up, and it looks like Travis Zollinger is not giving up. But
1 turn to go.
His co-driver is super excited. I love the raw emotion during the race. So heading towards the Calamity corner, 1 turn to go.
And look at Zollinger.
Zollinger's trying to dive to the
right
inside.
up there. Oh, look at this, Miles. Oh, there's contact.
And does he have it? I believe it goes to Tyler Gibbs. Travis Zollinger right behind him.
What a fantastic race. Absolutely superb stuff. And we've just seen Tyler Gibbs crossing the line. He's even made his way across the rocks. He didn't need to do that. I think that was just an accident of the direction he was traveling. Superb stuff there from Tyler Gibbs. And what racing from Travis Zollinger.
Tyler Gibbs there, our unofficial race winner for the 4900 Can-Am UTV class.
And in 3rd position, just crossing the line now, is Carson Aikens, who's also done 7 laps. So unofficially, our top 3 currently. In 1st position, unofficially, is Tyler Gibbs. In 2nd is Travis Zollinger. And in 3rd is Carson Aikens.
And that is in the Pro Modified class. We still have the stock and the mod to go.
So still plenty of race action going out on course, even as we speak. And just look at these rocks. The rigid rocks are not disappointing. And just look at this wheel on the 714 there, Miles. Bent at peculiar angles. We've got that. I think that's Travis Metzinger there, still parked at the bottom.
Levi Metzinger.
Levi, sorry.
It is an absolute parking lot back at the rigid ridge on the rocks.
But still the action continues as our 4900 classes make their way around the track. We've had 5 finishes so far. In first position unofficially is Tyler Gibbs. In second, Travis Zollinger. In third is Karsten Aikens. In fourth is Todd Remereed. In fifth is James Contrell. So we're just waiting to see what happens now. Miles is just trying to work out the class wins. We've got to get these guys all down to the podium, and Tiffany Stone is going to be handing out the awards. But we've still got plenty of racing to go yet, as we've got to bring over the line our 3 classes. So just a quick reminder, we've got the stock productions, we've got the open class, and we've got the pro mods. It's the pro mods that have dominated so far in this race.
So I believe Brian Hamby's in that first position for the stock class, and it looks like first is going to go to Chris May in the open class. And we'll give away some of those amazing laser nut trophies thanks to Cody Wagner and company.
Indeed. And still we've got finishes crossing the line now. 13 vehicles have now completed. As we cut back to the 714. On the rigid rocks. And he's got big problems. Control arm looks like it's broken. That means his drive shaft is probably broken as well, which means he's got no drive, but he's still trying to force his way up there. Never surrender attitude of these Ultra 4 drivers. And our 14th car crosses the line to complete the 7 laps. So far, unofficially in first position, it's Tyler Gibbs. Then in second, it's Travis Zollinger. In third, it's Karsten Aikens. In fourth, it's Todd Remereed. In fifth, is James Contrell.
In 6th place overall, Dustin Robbins, Brian Hamby. In 8th, Chris May. In 9th, Bill Hilliard. In 10th, Paul Wolf.
Then 11th, we got Jeremy Blackburn. 12th, AJ Stratman. In 13th, Brian Stone. And currently our 14th place finisher is Mike McClure. We just need to break this down into classes, and we'll let you know exactly where we are.
So unofficially in the Pro Mod, it's Tyler Gibbs 1, Travis Zollinger 2, Carson Atkins in 3. In the stock class unofficially, Brian Hamby 1, Jeremy Blackburn 2, and AJ Stratman in that 3rd position. In the open class, in 1st place unofficially, Chris May, and then Bill Hilliard. Still waiting for to round out the podium in the open class, I believe.
Yeah, and we're just watching on screen now Garrett Toombs as he makes his way around Calamity Turn. And he takes the checkered flag.
What a great way to start out Ultra 4 racing. What a wonderful night. Thank you to each and every one of you for tuning in. It's been a great show here at the Big House in Crandon, Wisconsin.
It's fantastic to be here, Miles. It's the 53rd anniversary of the Crandon World Championships, and we are honored to bring Ultra 4 here to the Big House.
And they are all world champions, and the first place in each class does get a ring.
Okay, while we're sorting this out, and we're going to get down to the podium very soon, we're going to cut out to a short commercial break, and we'll be back with more action here at Crandon very soon.
Make way for the first ever Chevy Silverado CR2. With Multimatic shocks, rugged 33-inch tires, and front and rear electronic locking differentials.
Dude, this is awesome, but we should get back to work. This good? Perfect.
If you're going to work remote, work remote. Find new workspaces, find new roads. Chevrolet.
Our journey at Continental has taken us down many roads. And when we first started, they weren't even paved. For more than 150 years, we've worked hard to earn your trust. From the trail to the racetrack and beyond. The Continental mark in all its forms stands for confidence. Confidence you trust. Continental Tire. Our journey at Continental has taken us down many roads. And when we first started, they weren't even paved. We know trust isn't given, it's earned. And for more than 150 years, we've worked hard to earn your trust. 150 years of perfecting how tires are made, continuing to both raise the bar while setting the industry standard. From the trail to the racetrack, from off the beaten path to the highways and beyond. The Continental mark in all its forms stands for confidence. Confidence 150 years in the making. Confidence you trust. Continental Tire.
There's someone right here in northern Wisconsin that's committed to making quality healthcare the standard of the community. For the past 15 years, they've invested in building state-of-the-art facilities that have helped keep families healthier by providing services like radiology, dentistry, optical, diabetes treatment, maternal health, and behavioral health services. So who cares so much about the health of the community? Potawatomi, keeper of the fire, builders of the future.
Do you feel like getting away? Make your escape to Potawatomi Carter Casino and Hotel. We are keeping Carter safe and will make you feel at home, like part of the family. We have the latest in casino gaming with a variety of slots, table games, and bingo. There is something for everyone. Treat yourself to a stay in our hotel and enjoy delicious options at the Flames Restaurant. Relax, unwind, and escape to Potawatomi Carter Casino and Hotel on Highway 32 in Carter, Wisconsin.
This is Mountain Dew. A rush of crisp and refreshing flavor. Delivering a bold citrus kick. Take your thirst and thrill it. Do the Dew.
You know, as crazy as it sounds, I just don't blow the dust off my bow and go hunting. For us, the hunt really never stops. The hunting season never ends. It's 365 days all year long. Using the machines in our everyday life like we do, if we didn't have them, I couldn't imagine it. They simply help us get our job done.
Make way for the first ever Chevy Silverado CR2. With Multimatic shocks, rugged 33-inch tires, and front and rear electronic locking differentials.
Dude, this is awesome, but we should get back to work.
This good?
Perfect.
If you're going to work remote, work remote. Find new workspaces. Find new roads. Chevrolet.
Okay, and welcome back here to Crandon. It is the 53rd anniversary of these Crandon World Championships, and we've just seen some fantastic racing in the 4900 class. Miles, what do you got for us?
It's a great job, but we have our one and only Tiffany Stone down at the box, and this is our 4900 Can-Am Open event. In third place goes to Andy Ives. In second position is Bill Hilliard, and in the number one spot is Mr. Chris May. Tiffany, it's your show.
Congratulations to you, Chris. You were just talking to me. This is your first time in a side-by-side for an Ultra 4 race. You come out here, the big house. Your smile says everything right now. Who'd you like to thank?
Oh, I got to thank my wife and daughter and my buddy Z-Man up in the spotter tower. We just didn't expect this at all. Come out here to have fun, and it's awesome. I've been racing big cars with Ultra 4 and dropped down to the little UTVs, and, man, it was fun, and just thank you. So.
Awesome. Well, we're still figuring out great things here. We're trying to make sure that you guys enjoy racing at the big house. We're here underneath the lights right now. A big congratulations to the top 3 finishers in the 4900 Open class.
So we'll take a quick break and do some more LaserNet trophies right after this.
Make way for the first ever Chevy Silverado CR2. With Multimatic shocks, rugged 33-inch tires, and front and rear electronic locking differentials.
Dude, this is awesome, but we should get back to work. is good, perfect.
If you're going to work remote, work remote. Find new workspaces. Find new roads. Chevrolet.
You know, as crazy as it sounds, I just don't blow the dust off my bow and go hunting. For us, the hunt really never stops. The hunting season never ends. It's 365 days all year long. Using the machines in our everyday life like we do, if we didn't have them, I couldn't imagine it. They simply help us get our job done.
Our journey at Continental has taken us down many roads. And when we first started, they weren't even paved. For more than 150 years, we've worked hard to earn your trust. From the trail to the racetrack and beyond. The Continental mark in all its forms stands for confidence. Confidence you trust. Continental Tire.
Welcome back to Crandon, Wisconsin at the Big House. This is the World Champions. They're getting a ring for this. We have some laser nut trophies to give away for the 4900 Can-Am UTV stock class. We have Tiffany Stone down low. And here is our stock class. In third position, number 40, Jeremy Blackburn. In that second position, number 817, Brian Hamby. And taking that top spot goes to number 95, Todd Rimmereed. Tiffany, it's your show.
Congratulations to you, Todd. It's so good to see you. We've seen you race multiple different series and coming out here and doing a lot of great things. Walk me through what it feels like to take a top spot at the Big House here on Labor Day weekend.
I get emotional, so I hope I can talk through it. But, you know, we've had quite a roller coaster ride just this weekend alone. We raced last night, and it was a great experience just kind of flying across the rocks. And I told myself, I'm going to go harder today, and I'm going to try to break those A-arms off this car. I'm going to give it everything I got. And our crew helped us. We had to work. We lost, was just running on one cylinder, so we had to take everything off the car. And these two guys down here worked really hard all day getting it up and going. And so it's been just an amazing race to finish in with all four wheels still on the ground and great competition.
Who would you like to thank?
Well, again, my whole family. We've got Polaris. I drove the wheels off that little RS1, and it's been an amazing machine. Dirt Launch was helping us get this motor tuned in. The Grease family, Polaris, obviously, Mackey Construction back home, Concrete Supply, KCP, and Bobcat equipment. So.
Awesome. Well, Todd, a little known fact, when a man cries, I usually give him a hug because I can't see it. So come in here, give me a little hug over here. Hop up on number one. Another big round of applause for your 4900 stock top three finishers. Back up to you guys.
What a great job, Jeremy Blackburn, Brian Hamby, and top of the box goes to Todd Rimmereed. So we're going to clear the stage, and we'll be right back after this.
There's someone right here in northern Wisconsin that's committed to making quality healthcare at the standard of the community. For the past 15 years, they've invested in building state-of-the-art facilities that have helped keep families healthier by providing services like radiology, dentistry, optical, diabetes treatment, maternal health, and behavioral health services. So who cares so much about the health of the community? Potawatomi, keeper of the fire, builders of the future.
Welcome back to the Crandon Classic. We were racing out the Rigid Rage on the Rocks, and up next is going to be the Pro Modified class. In third position goes to Carson Atkins. And it was an absolute race to the finish. In second position, number 20, Travis Zollinger. And with that amazing pass on the last lap is the number 926 of Tyler Gibbs. Tiffany, let's see what they have to say.
Tyler, just like Miles was saying, it was a race to the finish. Obviously, right after the white, you were able to make a pass in the Bronco Boulders right here with Travis. Walk us through exactly what your spotter and what you were thinking.
I was just trying to hold it wide open, and I didn't give a shit what I broke.
Well, talking about that, I know you've got to thank a lot of people for giving you that top spot here at Crandon Labor Day weekend.
I'd like to thank my co-driver, PJ, my mom and dad, G4 Suspension, MRT Tires, ZRP, VP Racing Fuels, HCR Suspension, and that's it.
Awesome. We'll hop up on that top spot. Another round of applause for your top three finishers. Pro Mod 4900s. Back up to you guys.
Thank you, Tiffany, and congrats to Carson Atkins, Travis Zollinger, and Tyler Gibbs. Up next and on screen is the 4500 Yukon Gear and Axle Modified class, the 4800 Brannick Motorsports Legends class, and the 4600 Spider Track Stock class. And then we still have two in the Stock Sportsman as well. This is the Everyman Challenge race, and they are going to be taking off here very shortly, Jim.
They are indeed. This is a class that we had so much fun with last night. Brent Harrell was, of course, victorious, but let's see what happens. Today is another day. Let's not forget the course is longer. The course is darker, most importantly. They're going to be coming around this light stage in the short course, and then they're going to shoot out the back towards the rigid rocks, and it's going to be absolutely pitch black. They're going to have dust. They're going to have all sorts of things to contend with as we look at them now, lining up, ready for their land rush start.
So we'll give you a quick rundown. Again, we are doing 3 races at the same exact time. We have 11 4800 cars, 6 45 cars, 3 46, and 2 in the Stock Sportsman. So technically 4 races all at the same time. And in the 4500 Yukon Gear and Axle Modified class, you can have 2.5 shocks per corner, limited to 14 inches of travel, mechanical steering, and a maximum of a 37-inch DOT tire, front-mounted engine, but unlimited horsepower.
And in the 4800 Brannick Motorsports Legends class, you can have a front or rear-mounted engine, but unlimited horsepower. The vehicle must contain 2 seats side by side, a single shock per corner, a maximum of a 37-inch DOT tire, solid axles only. But this class, you can build cars specifically for it, or of course you can retire 4400 class cars back into this class as long as they conform to the rules.
And taking off in the second row is the 4600 Spider Track Stock class. It needs to have a stock OEM frame, factory engine, factory transmission, 35-inch DOT tires, single shock per corner, factory style suspension like leaf springs, coil springs, TTP, etc., mechanical steering.
Yeah, and then of course our final class this evening is the Stock Sportsman. Any action, any axle, stock engine, tyres up to 40-inch, must pass safety and tech, and this class is a whole load of fun. It's not going to be long now before we see these cars leaving the line.
The stock classes will run 6 laps. The 45 and 48s will run 7 laps. This is going to be an exciting race to watch. You do not want to miss a thing.
Engines are running, they're getting ready for action.
And in the 4500 Yukon Gear and Axle Modified class in the East Division, this is our third and final race. And the number 1 spot is Dwayne Garrettson, and number 2 is Troy Digby, and number 3 is Rick Lavezzo. And in the 4600 Spider Track Stock class in the Eastern Series,
we've got John Schaefer, Vaughn King Jr., and Bailey Cole.
And the 4800 Brannick Motorsports Legends class, we have Ryan Taylor, Evan Sherman, and Trevor Fultz. And we have in the 4500 class, Justin Hall won last year. Casey Gilbert won his class last year. It's going to be a great race to watch. And again, this is for the World Championships here in Crandon, Wisconsin. They do get one of those amazing championship rings. This is for points. This is a points race. This is for payouts, and this is for some of those laser nut trophies.
Now,
and if you just saw the last race, we run back at the Rigid Race on the Rocks.
Now, we saw a great battle last night between Brent Harrell and Jeremy Jones. Are we going to see that repeated tonight? Only time will tell.
As we patiently await, we need to give a huge shout out to King Shocks, Laser Nut, Griffin Race Radiators, VP Racing Fuels, Nitto, Holly, EFI, and King of the Hammers.
Can-Am, Ford, Bronco, Monster Energy, Optima Batteries, 4-Wheel Parts, and Progressive Insurance.
Baja Jerky, Recaro Seats, and Spider Tracks.
AMSOIL, Method Race Wheels, Axel RC Cars, and PCI Race Radios.
Action Sports Canopy, Tread Lightly, Brannick Motorsports, Rigid, and ARB.
Warn, Factor 55, HCR, Yukon Gear and Axle, MBRP Exhaust, and off-the-grid clothing. Now there is our starter. He's making his way across the grid, and he'll be soon going up the tower and picking up his flag.
So please support who supports support. With all these amazing marketing partners, we would not be racing here today under the lights here at the Big House. If you're building a race car, a tow machine, a mall crawler, check out all these wonderful sponsors we have here at Ultra 4 Racing. Again, this is the Progressive Crandon Classic.
Okay, our starter is making his way up into the tower now, and very shortly we are going to be seeing our EMC classes leaving the line. Our front row of the grid is Brent Harrell, Jeremy Jones, Steve Graff, Ryan Taylor, Justin Hall, Rick Lavezzo, Eric Wickel, and Dwight Garrison.
And Sean Rance, Cody St. Clair, Bailey Cole, Vaughn Gittin Jr., Sean Reisky, Ryan Rebb, Brad Level, Troy Digby.
Any second now, Miles, we're going to see go, go, go here in Crandon. That's the yellow. Where's the green? There it is.
And they are off. Who is going to get the whole shot? All you can see are those rigid lights burning down towards the Forest County Potawatomi, turn number 1. And it is Brent Harrell, I believe.
It is Brent Harrell. It looks like that's Jeremy Jones on the outside as they make their way around, heading towards the Red Bull Arch.
Ryan Taylor followed by Jeremy Jones. So Ryan Taylor is physically in the lead up front. Team Indiana looking good right out of the gate. There's Ryan Rockel. There is Justin Hall, Eric Weichel. Remember, there are 4 separate classes racing at the same time. We will do our best. It's getting dark. It's getting a little dusty. We're going to have some fun here.
We are, but it's Ryan Taylor who's taken the whole shot in the car 53.
There was Brian Moore. That's his first race with Ultra 4. And it looks like Brent Harrell's trying to get him at the legendary leap. But it's still Ryan Taylor out front early, but Brent Harrell is all over Taylor's heels.
Yeah, as they come around the Calamity corner and across the finish line for the first time, and they're onto the Bronco Rocks. Oh, and look at the pace here of Ryan Taylor.
So I was talking to Brett Harrell, Brent's dad, and he was saying he's going to actually take it easy on the first few laps in the Bronco Boulders, trying to save those Nitto tires. But Ryan Taylor absolutely sent it. There is Steve Graff, Eric Weichel, Justin Hall, Trevor
Sean Rance there
Webb,
making his way through.
Troy Digby, Brian Moore. And here comes a couple Broncos into the Bronco Boulders as we hit the Yukon launch, and it's still Ryan Taylor out front and that obstacle machine behind him with Brent Harrell.
And look at the difference in the lighting.
Ryan Taylor in that Trent fabrication machine, chased down by Brent Harrell in a Horschel-built machine.
Now, Ryan Taylor had some bad luck earlier this week. He rolled his vehicle, and you can see he just wasn't quite sure where to go there. And Brent is right on his rear bumper. But Ryan's got the pace as he makes his way across the rocks.
Jeremy Jones and Dan Young right behind them. There's Steve Grass and John Dykes.
And there's Eric Weichel.
It's Eric Weichel.
And Justin Hall, of course.
Sean Reisky. And look how the rocks back there. This is absolutely amazing.
Now, Brent had Waylon Campbell co-driving for him last night, but I don't think that's going to happen this evening, but I might be mistaken.
He was riding with them last night. You are absolutely correct, but with his race next, it's going to be really close.
Absolutely.
And we are back at the Recaro Rocks for the Rigid Rage on the Rocks.
See Sean Rance there picking his way up there in the OG Bronco.
I saw Dwayne Carrottson as well.
And that was Jeremy Jones making his way around
some
Cowboy.
of the Broncos in the rocks out back. We'll try to pan out all over the course.
Now, I think some people have got past Brent Harrell here. I've got a feeling that was Jeremy Jones we just saw in front of him. So we'll see how that pans out as they make their way into the short course.
We saw the HCR hot pits busy earlier on today.
Yep, it
You
does
are
look.
right.
Yeah, it looks
Steve
like.
Graff gets around Brent Harrell.
It looks like Jeremy Jones and Steve Graff have managed to get past Brent Harrell. That must have happened on the rigid rocks.
There's Eric Weichel and Trevor. No, that's Sean Reisky.
So it's all go here.
Turn. So it looks like Justin Hall is in the lead in the 4500 Yukon Gear and Axle modified class.
And Ryan Taylor, we should be seeing him coming around very shortly to finish off his first lap. But at the moment, we're just looking up. Oh no, we've got to roll over inside the Calamity corner.
Is that Sean Reisky possibly?
No, that's Ryan Taylor's definitely safely through, so our leaders are safely through. We'll come back to you on who that is in a bit. But currently, our race leader is Ryan Taylor. In second
is Jeremy Jones.
In third is Steve Graff.
And that fourth position, Sean Reisky.
In fifth, it's or in fourth, sorry, it's Brent Harrell.
Eric Weichel.
And then in sixth, in seventh is Justin Hall.
And then Ryan Webb, Rick Levezzo, Sean Rance, and Dwayne Garrettson. So in first place in the modified class is Justin Hall. First place in the Legends class is Ryan Taylor. And the stock class is Bailey Cole out front.
Yeah, Bailey Cole had a fantastic race yesterday. Rounding out against his other stock racers, Vaughn's getting Jr. and, of course,
And in the Bronco boulders, as we speak, are the Broncos. And it looks like Brad Lovell is out front, then followed by Bailey Cole, and then Vaughn Gittin Jr.
But we're watching Ryan Taylor now, our current race leader, as he picks his way up through the rigid rocks.
So
and look at the pace of this vehicle as it makes its way through them. Makes it look so easy.
In first and second place, and then the Steel Nuts Off-Road of Steve Graff in that third position.
Indeed, and then just behind them, that is Brent Harrell.
So Brent Harrell is running a great pace. I'm not sure what happened. We got a little crossed up. It looks like Sean Reisky right behind him.
Now, I heard a rumor, I don't know if it's true, that Brent Harrell's running a 35-inch tyre to try and get extra pace on the short course. If he's doing that, of course, that could affect his performance in the rocks.
Absolutely. You can have a 37-inch. There
And
is
here we
the
go.
Broncos.
These are the Broncos.
Bailey Cole, I believe, followed closely by Vaughn Gittin Jr., but Brad Lovell was just in front of him.
And look at the pace of these stock cars.
It is absolutely amazing what the 4600 Spider Track stock class Broncos can do with Bailey Cole and Vaughn Gittin Jr., but I do believe it is Brad Lovell out front in the Bronco as they're heading. Oh, there's Sean Rance. Looks like no rear-wheel drive. Not sure what's going on there. Tough break. And there's our physical race leader, Brad Lovell, up top.
So,
and the rigid rage on the rocks is proving to be difficult on the backside.
now, that's interesting. Sean Rance has now got rear-wheel drive again, so I'm guessing that he just dropped out of...
transfer case must have popped out or something.
Read my mind.
And there's
As we
Jeremy
come back,
Jones.
Yeah, come back to our race leaders, and that is Jeremy Jones, who was running in second position, and it looks like he might have taken the first position. That looked like Ryan Taylor behind him.
And that may be Ryan Rockhold that was flopped over, not quite sure.
Just waiting for confirmation here.
Yes,
we have got a change in the lead. It is now Jeremy Jones has taken the lead from Ryan Taylor, and then in third position, it's Brent Harrell, who has overtaken Steve Graff.
What a great race we have on our hands, and now Sean Reisky's in that fourth position.
Now, it looks like Steve Graff's actually dropped back a couple of places here. So it'll be interesting to know what's happened. See if he's got any flat tyres. Yes, he has. He's got a right-hand rear flat there, so a tough break there for Steve Graff. Now, they can come in to the hot pit and change a tyre, but they've got to make a call here. They've only got 7 laps.
We have people turned in all over the world, so thanks to each and every one of you. This is the Progressive Crandon Classic here at the Big House, and they are out back once again at the Rigid Rage on the rocks. And look, Brent Harrell's on the outside of Ryan Taylor trying to go for the pass. Is he going to be able to make it stick as they go into the rocks? It's going to be close up and over.
I'm wondering if Ryan
Taylor had to check up.
Yeah, I think Ryan Taylor might be carrying a flat. The way the whole car was squealing around there just didn't look quite right to me. So let's just keep an eye on him and see what happens. I think he might have a right rear flat, but we'll see.
And I believe it was Ryan Rockhold that was flopped over in Calamity
Oh, look at
corner.
this. And he's been... Oh!
Up and
action,
over.
action.
Sean Reisky gets all over the back of Brent Harrell, and so
He says, can I have a
Ryan
piggyback,
Taylor
please?
right
Carry
next
me
to
to the
him.
tops of these rocks.
Open wheel racing at its finest. This is absolutely awesome. I know the crowd is having an absolute blast back at the Rigid Rage on the Rocks.
And that's why we love Ultra 4 racing, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Crandon. Welcome to Ultra 4. It's so good to be here, Miles.
Absolutely. This is your first time here, Jim, and I know it's not going to be your last. You're having an absolute blast, just like I am. Now, Sean Reisky.
Sean Reisky, he's really upping the pace now. You can sense it.
And there's one of the Broncos chasing an old school Bronco, Sean Rance.
Yeah, the OG Bronco, Sean Rance, being chased by
Vaughn Gittin Jr. Saw Vaughn Gittin Jr. having an interview today, and he was talking about how much he's just loving Crandon. And Vaughn Gittin Jr. comes from the drifting background, but he has really stepped up in a huge way. He was our national champion last year in the 4400 class. And just think about that, Jim. Vaughn Gittin has to hop from his Bronco to his 4400 Bronco right after this race, so double duty at its finest.
Indeed. And I've got some news on that one a little bit later for you. As we watch now, our Broncos picking their way up through the rocks. Oh, look at that, sparks flying everywhere.
And
I do love night racing.
Jeremy Jones still is out front. 3 laps to go out of this 7-lap race.
And it's Bailey Cole who's been overtaken now by Vaughn Gittin Jr.
And Brad Lovell still out front. There's Eric Weichel and Justin Hall racing under the lights here at the Big House is absolutely amazing. They will race to be world champions here in Crandon. They'll get their ring. This is a points race as well.
As they head out on, as our leaders head out onto their 5th lap, our first position vehicle at the moment is Jeremy Jones. In second
is Brent Harrell.
In third is Sean Reisky.
In 4th, Ryan Webb.
And in 5th, at the moment, we think it's Eric Wickel. But Ryan Taylor, I've got a feeling that Ryan Taylor, I've got a feeling he's got a flat tyre there. I think it was that right-hand rear. Something was certainly not right. That whole car was moving around in a very strange way.
There's Brent Harrell in the back in that obstacle machine, putting those Nitto tires to work.
I think he's woken up. He realizes he's in a full race here, and if he wants to get that lead, he's going to have to earn it.
Well, like I said, he was going to take it easy at the first of the race in the rocks, and he did. But now he's got some. It looks like Sean Reisky's getting a little love tap, and look at the sparks down there. Sean Reisky and Brent Harrell are giving the fans exactly what they want back there.
Now that's a tough line there for Sean going up that left-hand side. There's bigger rocks, and look at the sparks flying as he crests over the top.
And that was Brian Moore parked in the middle of the rocks back there. Hopefully he can get it back going. But first in the modified class is Rick Levezzo. Sorry, is Justin Hall, then Rick Levezzo, and then Dwayne Garrett's in the 4500 Yukon Gear and Axle modified class.
But look at this, in 9th position, it's Brad Lovell into the stock Bronco.
That is absolutely amazing. In the 4600 Spider Track stock class, it is Brad Lovell. And then Vaughn Gittin Jr., then Bailey Cole.
So complete role reversal from what we saw last night. Last night we saw, of course, Bailey Cole taking the line and taking the win. And Brad Lovell coming in 3rd position in that class, but not tonight. Tonight, Brad Lovell has come to race.
And there's Rick Levezzo as we speak, heading up the Rigid Rage on the rocks.
Yeah, and it looks like he's got a left rear flat there, so unlucky there for Rick.
Yeah, the Amsoil hot pits are definitely hopping tonight, and we have a huge rollover in the Polaris gravel pit, but landed on his wheels.
Just checking the suspension, that's all he was doing there, Miles. But I've got a feeling that might have been Jeremy Jones.
Wow, Jeremy Jones takes a huge race tumble that saved it.
But it looks like we've just had a lead change there. It looks like Brent Harrell is now our race leader, closely followed by Jeremy Jones, who just had that big tumble.
And Jeremy Jones is hoping to race in tomorrow's Crandon Red Bull World Cup as well, so we'll see. And we're back with the Broncos as Bailey Cole got back around Vaughn Gittin Jr., so it's been a great battle between those two, but Brad Lovell's still out front in the 4600 Spider Track stock class.
Oh, look at this.
Vaughn Gittin makes the move on into the woods. Who's it going to have? Vaughn Gittin Jr. does squeeze it right in front of Mr. Bailey Cole.
Now they're teammates, but there's no love lost out on the track. Look at them go. Fantastic action here. I love night racing, Miles. It's one of my most favourite things. I get to do lots of it in Europe, so it's so good to see this here at Crandon this evening.
And look at Cowboy Corner. Bailey Cole sticks on the inside. Is he going to get the run on Vaughn Gittin Jr.? There is an absolute drag race towards the Forest County Potawatomi Turn 1.
Equal vehicles, equal suspension, equal engines, and it's Vaughn who makes his way down into the Potawatomi. Turn 1 first of all.
But Bailey
coming
Cole's
alongside.
on the outside.
Oh,
It's a drag race as they hit the Red Bull Leap.
look at this. Fantastic action here in Crandon.
And you know they're all over the horn. The Nitto tires of Vaughn Gittin Jr. are battling out against Bailey Cole's Yokohamas.
And then passing the OG there.
So 3
Bronco
Broncos
OG.
in this, all in, and there is Ford contingency money on the line. So if whatever Bronco does win, we'll take a couple $1,000s home from Ford Performance.
I'm loving this. Bailey Cole saying to Vaughn Gittins Jr., anything you can do, I can do too. And he's just hanging on to his bumper.
But don't forget, it's Brad Lovell that's actually leading that class, but it's a great battle between these two on screen.
It is indeed, but let's just cut back to our leaders that we're going to see very shortly. Oh, who's this?
Right rear tire.
Now, that's Ryan Taylor.
Jeremy Jones.
Is that Jeremy Jones?
I can't tell.
I reckon that's Ryan Taylor, looking at the lights there.
Yep, you are right. That is Ryan Taylor. And look at the sparks flying through the Recaro Rock section out back.
I have to say, how much of an anorak do I have to be to actually recognize a car from
By
his
his
lights?
lights. You're getting good at this, Jim. I love working with you, buddy.
Weak lemon jink on its way for me. Right, okay, we're still with the action here. Currently, our race leader is Brent Howell. In second is Jeremy Jones, who took that massive tumble in the gravel pit.
In that third position is Sean Reisky, followed closely by Ryan Webb.
And then it's Eric Wickel. And then our first in modified class, it's Justin Hall.
And our second in modified class is Sean Rance and then Rick Levezzo. And in the stock class is Brad Lovell, Vaughn Gittin, and Bailey Cole. Bailey Cole got around Vaughn Gittin Jr. This is an awesome battle between these two Broncos out back.
These two are absolutely going at it. The gloves are off.
2 laps to go. The white flag, I believe. Yeah, white flag
is out. Now we've got a change. It looks like we've got Jeremy Jones is back in the lead. Sean Rasky is back into second. In third is Ryan Webb. Where is Brent Harrell?
Brent Harrell is in that third position. Brent Harrell and Ryan Webb are battling for third and fourth right now. But Jeremy Jones and Sean Reisky are battling hard. Sean Reisky is having a heck of a day to be battling with these.
Look at these Broncos picking their way up through these rocks. And let's not forget, these are stock class vehicles. Incredible stuff there from these drivers.
Yeah, Ford Performance really stepped up in a huge way this year at King of the Hammers, and these Broncos have been racing all season long.
So we've now got 5 cars who are on their final lap as we watch Ryan Taylor. Look at this.
In the love bug.
3 wheels on my wagon as he makes his way around across the start-finish arch.
Around Calamity Corner and 3-wheel action with the white flag still out. Who's going to grab that checkered flag? Is it going to be Jeremy Jones or Sean Reisky? It's going to be a race to the finish.
It is. 4 wheels is overrated. He's actually catching Justin Hall. Incredible stuff there.
There's our race leaders at the Rigid Rage on the Rocks, and Sean Reisky's going for the pass on Jeremy Jones. This is awesome race
Sean
action
Reisky,
here.
he takes the lead from Jeremy Jones. Don't forget, this is the final lap. This is the 7th lap in our EMC race here in Crandon.
What an amazing, amazing race we've had on our hands, and Sean Reisky gets around Jeremy Jones. Jeremy Jones takes a tumble. Brent Harrell's been in the mix. There has been lead change after lead change, but Sean Rice is going to give it all he's got as he heads towards the Forest County Potawatomi Turn 1 here at the Big
Jeremy
House.
Jones gets the run on him, making his way down towards Potawatomi. But what's Sean Reisky got? He's taking that inside line. Is he going to throw it in there? Oh, yes, he is.
What's it going to be? Just a few more corners yet to go, about 1 more minute. And it's Jeremy Jones with the fastest lap of the night with a 2:42.
And Jeremy Jones making his way up round through Ponzi now as he heads down through to Skybox. 3 more turns.
Jim, this is an absolute awesome race. We started with the 4900 Can-Am UTV class, but we are racing the EMC class right now. And up front's the 4800 Brannick Motorsports Legends class. Jeremy Jones and Sean Reisky.
He shuts the door there on Sean Reisky. He's only got Calamity Corner to go.
Now, is there going to be any bumping and racing here coming in? And it does look like he's going to dive to the inside, but Jeremy Jones with the run on it.
He protects the
Jeremy,
line.
and
Sean Reisky.
with
Is
a
he going to hold
huge
it?
wheel stand. Is he going to still get on the podium? It's going to be a drag race. Is it going to be
Drag
Brent
race.
Harrell or Sean Reisky? They collide again.
What a
Unofficially,
race.
Jeremy
What a
Jones
race.
1, Brent Harrell 2, and Sean Reisky 3. Upside down, backwards, and everything else.
We need some of those boards they have in figure skating. You know those ones where you hold up and it says 7 and 8?
10. That was a 10. Upside down, all over the gas. Huge wheel stand. What a show Ultra 4 put on tonight.
We've still got more racing to come.
Wow,
Unofficially,
wow.
our race winner is Jeremy Jones. In second position is the young man Brent Harrell. In third place is Sean Reisky. In fourth is Ryan Webb. But there's still so much more racing out there to come. But don't forget, we have 3 classes
And
out
look
on track.
on screen right now, so talking about that, it's Vaughn Gittin Jr. struggling just a little bit, but he makes his way up.
But where's Bailey
rigid
Cole?
Rage on the rocks.
But where's Bailey Cole? They've been holding hands all the way around in this race so far, exchanging positions. But I don't see Bailey. Or is that him there in
There's
the background?
Bailey Cole.
That's
So
Bailey.
Bailey Cole is in front of Vaughn Gittin Jr., but remember, it's still Brad Lovell out front in this race.
Indeed. And Eric Wickel has now crossed the line into 5th position.
And there is our physical race leader in the 4600 Spider Track stock class, back by the skybox. So he's heading towards the Polaris gravel pit. That Ford Bronco of Brad Lovell is looking good. He'll be taking $2,000 of Ford contingency money home if he can keep it together. And he's got his son Adam riding shotgun. How amazing is that to share that with your kid here at the big house?
Yeah, but what's most impressive here, Ryan Taylor's just crossed the line in 7th position with that right-hand rear flat. He ran half the race with a flat tire, but check this out. You're not going to believe this, Miles. Crossing the line now, any moment, is Brad Lovell, who crosses the line in 8th position in a stock class Bronco.
That is absolutely amazing, and it looks like in the modified class it is going to be unofficially Justin Hall. So what a great race we have, and it's not over yet as Bailey Cole gets 2nd position in the 4600 Spider Track stock class.
So a fantastic weekend for Bailey Cole. 1st yesterday, 2nd today. I know his dad will be watching at home and he'll be buzzing with pride, that's for sure. And crossing the line to take 3rd in stock class is Vaughn Gittin Jr. What a fantastic race we're having here, Miles.
And the Crandon track crew has done an absolutely amazing job. And there is Sean Reisky that put on one heck of a show all the way to the finish line.
He had nothing left. It looked like steering fluid pouring out of the front of that vehicle. But while we're waiting for them to set up the podium so we can get these guys on stage and celebrate this incredible racing, we're going to cut out for a short commercial break. And we'll be right back here in Crandon for more action.
Make way for the first ever Chevy Silverado CR2. With Multimatic shocks, rugged 33-inch tires, and front and rear electronic locking differentials.
Dude, this is awesome, but we should get back to work.
This good?
Perfect.
If you're going to work remote, work remote. Find new workspaces. Find new roads. Chevrolet.
Our journey at Continental has taken us down many roads. And when we first started, they weren't even paved. For more than 150 years, we've worked hard to earn your trust. From the trail to the racetrack and beyond. The Continental mark in all its forms stands for confidence. Confidence you trust. Continental Tire.
There's someone right here in northern Wisconsin that's committed to making quality healthcare the standard of the community. For the past 15 years, they've invested in building state-of-the-art facilities that have helped keep families healthier by providing services like radiology, dentistry, optical, diabetes treatment, maternal health, and behavioral health services. So who cares so much about the health of the community? Potawatomi, keeper of the fire, builders of the future.
Steelite polyurethane coating has become the choice of leading off-road builders and race teams who recognize the coating's superior performance, protecting suspensions, chassis, and other metal parts that require a proven durable shield against corrosion. Steelite's weldability is a signature benefit that saves racing teams hours of repair time. Steelite provides remarkable performance, making it easier to get back out onto the race course. Use Steelite to protect your investment.
Do you feel like getting away? Make your escape to Potawatomi Carter Casino and Hotel. We are keeping Carter safe and will make you feel at home, like part of the family. We have the latest in casino gaming with a variety of slots, table games, and bingo. There is something for everyone. Treat yourself to a stay in our hotel and enjoy delicious options at the Flames Restaurant. Relax, unwind, and escape to Potawatomi Carter Casino and Hotel on Highway 32 in Carter, Wisconsin.
Welcome back to the Crandon Ultra 4 Classic. Miles, what an incredible amount of racing we just had there.
It was such a great show. Lots of action everywhere. And we have our Mrs. Tiffany Stone down there. We're going to start with the 4600 Spider Track stock class. In third position, the number 2567 of Vaughn Gittin Jr. In second position, number 13, Bailey Cole. And top of the box goes to number 4621. He loves himself some Crandon. Mr. Brad Lovell with his son Adam riding shotgun. Tiffany, let's hear what Brad and his son have to say.
Brad, it's so good to talk to you here. You know, you and I are friends, and we've had many conversations. The big house is no stranger to you, but doing it with your son has got to be an experience. Walk me through that.
Hey, it's a big deal out here to come race, and to get a trip down here to the box is an even bigger deal. So my son Adam and I were pushing hard out there tonight. We really wanted to win this one. It's his first time running around the Crandon track. He's been out here a bunch, but my wife Natalie was spotting. My son Byam was in the pits and crew chiefing for us, along with Jake and Brian from our team back here with the Pro 2 that came down to help out. Really excited to be here. And a huge shout out to AMSOIL for being with our team 17 years. Really happy to represent AMSOIL, BFG, Fox Shocks, Ford Bronco on the podium.
Awesome. Well, Brad, hop up on there with your son, of course. And I just want to say another big congratulations for you, a 2022 Off-Road Motorsports Hall of Fame inductee this year, Brad Lovell. It's great to see you up here. Another big round of applause. 4600 stock class, top 3 finishers. Back up to you guys.
Thank you, Tiffany, and a huge congratulations to Vaughn Gittin Jr., Bailey Cole, and Brad Lovell in the 4600 Spider Track stock class.
It's been a fantastic racing, hasn't it? I mean, that 49, the entire EMC classes were absolutely awesome. So good to see them out on track. Who are we going to see next on the podium, Miles?
Up next, we'll go to the 4500 Yukon Gear and Axle modified class, and they had a great run themselves. Like I said, all this racing action has been absolutely amazing. In third position goes the number 26, Dwayne Garrettson. In that second position, the number 4531, Sean Rance. And taking that top spot, number 13, goes to Justin Hall. Tiffany, let's hear what he has to say.
Justin, it's so good to chat with you again yesterday and then today. Obviously, it's really good to see you up here. Walk me through overall. Top of the box, big house, under the lights. It's dark out there. Those rocks over there by Rigid. It's crazy. Walk me through it.
It was absolutely insane. It was so tough to see the green flag start, but luckily my spotter in the stands was on it. Falcon tires hooked up. The Grom Racing engine just ripped and pulled me through. I think I came out into the fourth in overall in the whole shot. And like I said, luckily through the rock sections, the Falcon tires held up great. Didn't have a single flat all race. And yeah, I can't say enough about everybody.
Awesome. I know you got to thank a bunch of people before you hop up on number one.
Yes, ma'am. I got to thank Falcon Tire, Grom Racing, Johnny's Custom Motorsports, Brannick Motorsports, Liberty Mountain Fab, Yukon Gear and Axle, Driven Racing Oil, Rough Stuff, Dirty Life Wheels, South Bay Driveline, and there's a few more. I'm having trouble. I'm just really excited right now, but I couldn't do it without everybody that's on my side. And the best parts are in the business are on my car, and it proves it. So.
Awesome. We'll hop up on number one. Another big round of applause for your top three finishers, 4500 modified class. Back up to you guys.
So good to see those guys. So good to see those guys up there and looking so good. But let's talk about this 4800 class. We saw so much action there. Jeremy Jones rolling in the Polaris gravel pit.
Sean Reisky rolled at the finish line.
Absolutely. And young Brent Harrell, of course, doing so much. Take it away, Miles.
Yeah, so this is the 4800 Brannick Motorsports Legends class. We're going to hand out some more of these laser nut trophies thanks to Cody Wagner and company. And third position, number 866, is Sean Reisky with that awesome wheel stand at the end. In second position, the number 56 of Brent Harrell. And getting the top of the box with that amazing hard roll in the Polaris gravel pit was the 4837 of Jeremy Jones. So, Tiffany, what does Jeremy have to say with a big smile on his face?
Nice job, Jeremy. It's good to see you guys. The battle between the three up here was incredible. Back and forth. Lots of drama from your perspective and, of course, your co-drivers. What'd you guys see?
We saw a big hole at the end of the gravel pit, which seemed to catch us and put us on our lid we went over, I think, twice. I don't know. Luckily, we landed on the tires, and off we went. And so he got around me, and then he got around me, and, yeah, it was just fought back for it, and I think we ended up on top, so that's good.
Well, you're pretty high up there, sir. I know you got to thank a bunch of people. Who'd you like to thank for making you on that top spot here at the Big House?
Race Line Wheels, they always take great care of us. Mickey Thompson Tires, they held up through that incredible beating that they just took. Wyotech for helping us get here. Nyapco Drivelines, Yukon Gear and Axle. All my friends and family back home, Rick, Scott, Woody, Tim, all you guys. I mean, it was hard getting here, but we got here, and Dan for co-driving with me. Just all the fans, Crandon, man, you guys are great. This is such an incredible course. All my co-competitors and stuff, couldn't do it without you guys, and we're all buddies at the end. We're gonna drink a beer later, so life is good.
Nice job. A big applause, a big congratulations to your top three finishers in your 4800 Legends class. One more thing, what'd you need, sir?
I forgot to thank Dave Schneider and the Trent Fab crew, and especially Dave for all of his hard work and always getting us here. Cody for coming out, and again, Wyotech for getting us here. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. One more big round of applause for your 4800 Legends top three here at the Big House. Back up to you guys.
Thank you, Tiffany. So good to see these guys on the top spot. What an evening of racing we've had so far, Miles. Let's not forget, we have the 4900 classes going out first of all. Then we've just seen the EMC classes, the 4800s, the 4500s, and the 4600s.
But next is the 4400 main event, the unlimited racing. It's going to be an amazing show. We have 24 cars that will be taking the line. It's going to be absolutely awesome, Jim.
It's going to be absolutely incredible. Let's not forget, these are the unlimited race cars. We've got cars out there with up to 1150 horsepower. Get your head round that. That's even more than the Pro 4s that we saw earlier today.
So thank you for tuning in to the Rigid Rage on the Rocks. This is the Progressive Grandin Classic. We're going to take a quick break and be right back after this.
Steelite polyurethane coating has become the choice of leading off-road builders and race teams who recognize the coating's superior performance, protecting suspensions, chassis, and other metal parts that require a proven durable shield against corrosion. Steelite's weldability is a signature benefit that saves racing teams hours of repair time. Steelite provides remarkable performance, making it easier to get back out onto the race course. Use Steelite to protect your investment.
Do you feel like getting away? Make your escape to Potawatomi Carter Casino and Hotel. We are keeping Carter safe and will make you feel at home, like part of the family. We have the latest in casino gaming with a variety of slots, table games, and bingo. There is something for everyone. Treat yourself to a stay in our hotel and enjoy delicious options at the Flames Restaurant. Relax, unwind, and escape to Potawatomi Carter Casino and Hotel on Highway 32 in Carter, Wisconsin.
You know, as crazy as it sounds, I just don't blow the dust off my bow and go hunting. For us, the hunt really never stops. The hunting season never ends. It's 365 days all year long. Using the machines in our everyday life like we do, if we didn't have them, I couldn't imagine it. They simply help us get our job done.
Do you feel like getting away? Make your escape to Potawatomi Carter Casino and Hotel. We are keeping Carter safe and will make you feel at home, like part of the family. We have the latest in casino gaming with a variety of slots, table games, and bingo. There is something for everyone. Treat yourself to a stay in our hotel and enjoy delicious options at the Flames Restaurant. Relax, unwind, and escape to Potawatomi Carter Casino and Hotel on Highway 32 in Carter, Wisconsin.
Shayak Edja Danuk Mugzuk Meow. The place where everybody plays.
The Forest County Potawatomi presents a new 120,000 square foot community center in Crandon. A place for everyone to play, exercise, and have fun at an affordable price. Come in and experience the culture and endless opportunities available at the Forest County Potawatomi Community Center. For more information, please visit community.fcpotawatomi.com.
This is where you come alive, where adventure is the ultimate destination, and where Polaris General takes you. Explore beyond the beaten path with a sport-tuned suspension. Ride all day, surrounded by unrivaled comfort perfected for the off-road. And load up all your gear with class-leading cargo capacity. No matter how you share adventure, General takes you there. Polaris. Think outside.
For the Ultra 4s, and it's now the turn of the big guns.
The 4400 Unlimited class will be racing once again at the Rigid Rage on the Rocks out back, and we have an extremely stacked field. Sitting in that pole position is Mr. Paul Wolf.
In second position is Waylon Campbell.
And third spot, number 67, Lauren Healy.
And we just saw him out in course in his Bronco. It's Vaughn Gittin Jr.
In that fifth position, Mr. Brett Harrell. We just saw his son do so well.
Then next to him, it's Ryan Rockhold.
In that seventh position, sitting third in the Eastern Points, is Casey Gilbert. We saw his son Aiden race earlier.
And he's also our highest placed solid axle vehicle. In eighth position is the man, the legend himself, three-time king, Shannon Campbell.
And Josh Blyler, driven by Jared Ehrman. Josh couldn't make it, so he's got his one fill-in driver of the season.
And in the last position on the front row, it's Christopher Branton.
Second row is Mr. Rusty Blyler, the Happy Pappy.
And then it's Mr. Horsepower himself, Paul Herschel, packing out 1,150 horse.
In 13th position, Mr. Zandy Willems with Rufus Racing.
Then next to him is Tom Prendergast.
In 15th spot is John Grounds.
There's Bill Kuntz.
Frank Vonderheide.
Chad Hunt.
Eric Blaze.
Aaron Smith.
Kevin Taylor.
Brent Moffitt.
Roger King.
Tad Dowka.
And that kind of rounds out the top 24 in our 4400 Unlimited race. This is a 2.5 mile lap, 8 laps. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Roughly 20 miles out here in Crandon, Wisconsin at the Big House.
And what's most impressive about this, it's a night race, Miles. They're going to be doing a land rush start. You can see all the lights there combined together. Just look at that.
We were talking about chassis earlier. We have 5 Miller Motorsports cars heading out there.
We got 3 Herschel cars, 2 Campbell cars, and 3
Jimmy's cars. So we've got a lot of great manufacturers out there. Because again, this is unlimited racing. Build whatever you want, and they are going. It sounds like Faye is checking everybody, giving the nod, and we'll be going live racing in less than a minute.
Here goes. He's telling everybody to wind it up. He'll be making his way to the tower. Now, it's worth noting that we have IFS cars and solid axle cars out there, and Casey Gilbert is our highest placed solid axle vehicle. When we say IFS, we mean independent front suspension.
And speaking about that, Paul Wolf is in a UFO. Mr. Joe Thompson's just tuning in, the builder at builds the UFOs and does an amazing job with those.
Put your teeth back in, sir.
Getting a little tongue-tied, sorry. Been a long day, but it's been a fun day, and we are about to kick off the 4400 main event here at the Progressive Crandon Classic for the Ultra 4 Rigid Rage on the Rocks. He's climbing the stage. He'll slide that little box to yellow and then wave the flag. Jim, it's about to get gnarly at the Forest County Potawatomi Turn 1.
This is what we've been waiting for. It's the big one. The starter's in his box. Wait for that good to go yellow. As soon as you go yellow, anything between 0 and 5 seconds to raise the green flag.
8 laps at 2.5 miles per lap. The yellow is slid over, so it's 3, 2, 1, green flag. Land rush start here at the Big House.
And listen to the noise as thousands of angry horses make their way down towards turn 1. But who's going to get the whole shot?
Is Paul Wolf with Lauren Healy right next to him. Then it's Waylon Campbell, Vaughn Gittin Jr., Casey Gilbert, Rusty Blyler, Paul Horschel, Shannon Campbell, Tom Prendergast, Frank Vonderheide.
Oh, Lauren Healy goes straight on, misses the turn entirely, going up in towards Ponzi.
Not sure what happened there. He was on fire last year, won this race. Not sure what happened to Lauren Healy. So it is Paul Wolf, Waylon Campbell, and Vaughn Gittin Jr. And Vaughn Gittin Jr. putting his drift skills to work. And look at Vaughn's car glowing in the dark. That is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, and as they're coming around now through the Calamity Turn, for the first time is Paul Wolf, who has the lead, and he'll be passing under that finish arch for the first time and making his way into the rocks.
Through the Bronco boulders, Paul Wolf still out front with a huge little donkey kick. Hopefully it's okay. The front brakes on Vaughn's were glowing a little bit.
No. Paul Wolf has gone off track. Paul Wolf is now parked up, and will he return onto the track? Our current race leader is now Waylon Campbell.
What a race. There has been so much action in the first race. We have Lauren Healy pulled off. Paul Wolf pulled off. I see another car upside down.
Oh, got a big roll just in front of the booth here. We'll come back to who that is in a moment.
That was Roger King. It looks like everybody is okay, but now we are coming down the Yukon launch, and it's Waylon Campbell, it looks like, out front.
Now, this is what we were talking about earlier, about position of lights. It's so important. And so many of these guys don't actually race at night. So this is really new experience for them.
So Waylon Campbell, that single seat IFS Campbell Campbell machine, running strong with those Master Energy and Nitto tires.
Yeah, we got a red on float course now, so it looks like we're going to be stop racing here as we're just going to sweep a few vehicles. We've got rollovers all over the place, so we're just going to tidy up this course, make sure that everybody is safe.
And that looks like it's a Blyler. Not sure if it's Rusty Blyler or Josh Blyler.
That looks like Rusty Byler's car to me. And it looks like we've got fluids coming out there as well, so we'll just be keeping an eye on that one. So let's just recap, Mars. The start of this race, we saw Paul Wolfe take the whole shot, made his way down through turn 1 into turn 2. It looked like we saw Lauren Healy go straight on at turn 2. Then we saw Paul Wolfe crossing the line, the finish line for the first time, and then we saw Paul Wolfe himself pull over. So there's been action all around this course already in this race.
And this is just the first lap of 8. Hate to see so much carnage in the first race, but hey, this is the big house.
Yeah, this is 4400. This is unlimited four-wheel drive racing. And I do love these nice stages. They are absolutely
It is amazing
special.
up here, isn't it?
So good to be here in Crandon. The crowds are still huge.
But while we try to figure out exactly what's going on, we're going to take a quick break and be right back after this.
Make way for the first ever Chevy Silverado CR2. With Multimatic shocks, rugged 33-inch tires, and front and rear electronic locking differentials.
Dude, this is awesome, but we should get back to work.
This good? Perfect. If you're going to work remote, work remote. Find new workspaces. Find new roads. Chevrolet.
Our journey at Continental has taken us down many roads. And when we first started, they weren't even paved. For more than 150 years, we've worked hard to earn your trust. From the trail to the racetrack and beyond. The Continental mark in all its forms stands for confidence. Confidence you trust. Continental Tire.
Storms can cause outages even for days. Food can spoil, some pumps, furnaces, and air conditioners stop working. Be prepared with a portable generator like this one from Champion. This dual fuel generator runs on gasoline or propane, a great option when gas stations aren't available. Protect your family from carbon monoxide poisoning and always run your generator outdoors, far away from windows and doors.
Steelite polyurethane coating has become the choice of leading off-road builders and race teams who recognize the coating's superior performance, protecting suspensions, chassis, and other metal parts that require a proven durable shield against corrosion. Steelite's weldability is a signature benefit that saves racing teams hours of repair time. Steelite provides remarkable performance, making it easier to get back out onto the race course. Use Steelite to protect your investment.
Do you feel like getting away? Make your escape to Potawatomi Carter Casino and Hotel. We are keeping Carter safe and will make you feel at home, like part of the family. We have the latest in casino gaming with a variety of slots, table games, and bingo. There is something for everyone. Treat yourself to a stay in our hotel and enjoy delicious options at the Flames Restaurant. Relax, unwind, and escape to Potawatomi Carter Casino and Hotel on Highway 32 in Carter, Wisconsin.
There's someone right here in northern Wisconsin that's committed to making quality healthcare at the standard of the community. For the past 15 years, they've invested in building state-of-the-art facilities that have helped keep families healthier by providing services like radiology, dentistry, optical, diabetes treatment, maternal health, and behavioral health services. So who cares so much about the health of the community? Potawatomi, keeper of the fire, builders of the future.
Our journey at Continental has taken us down many roads. And when we first started, they weren't even paved. For more than 150 years, we've worked hard to earn your trust. From the trail to the racetrack and beyond. The Continental mark in all its forms stands for confidence. Confidence you trust. Continental Tire.
Okay, and welcome back to the 53rd Crandon Classic here in Wisconsin. What a day of racing we've seen today, Miles.
It's been absolutely amazing, but we do have a medical issue out on course. We are getting everything checked out. We definitely want to be safety first on what's going on. But, Jim, you are absolutely correct. It's been an amazing day of racing. We've had a great evening of racing. We still have a lot of racing yet to come tonight and all day long tomorrow.
Absolutely. We saw the 4900s out on track earlier today, and they were absolutely superb. Those are our UTV classes. Then we saw that incredible EMC race.
Yeah, there was so much action all over. And we have so many different classes racing: the 4600 Spider Track stock class, the 4500 Yukon Gear and Axle modified class, and the 4800 Brannick Motorsports Legends class. And they put on one heck of a show for everybody here on site and back at home.
Indeed. Then we saw the 4400s, the big guns themselves. They took to the stage, and my word, we only saw less than one lap, but what a lap it was.
And carnage is setting in. There's a parking lot of race cars out on course.
Indeed. So while we get this sorted out, we're going to pop over to a short commercial break, and we'll be back here in Crandon for more action.
Make way for the first ever Chevy Silverado CR2. With Multimatic shocks, rugged 33-inch tires, and front and rear electronic locking differentials.
Dude, this is awesome, but we should get back to work.
This good? Perfect. If you're going to work remote, work remote. Find new workspaces. Find new roads. Chevrolet.
Our journey at Continental has taken us down many roads. And when we first started, they weren't even paved. For more than 150 years, we've worked hard to earn your trust. From the trail to the racetrack and beyond. The Continental mark in all its forms stands for confidence. Confidence you trust. Continental Tire.
This is where you come alive, where adventure is the ultimate destination and where Polaris General takes you. Explore beyond the beaten path with a sport-tuned suspension. Ride all day, surrounded by unrivaled comfort perfected for the off-road. And load up all your gear with class-leading cargo capacity. No matter how you share adventure, General takes you there. Polaris. Think outside.
There's someone right here in northern Wisconsin that's committed to making quality healthcare at the standard of the community. For the past 15 years, they've invested in building state-of-the-art facilities that have helped keep families healthier by providing services like radiology, dentistry, optical, diabetes treatment, maternal health, and behavioral health services. So who cares so much about the health of the community? Potawatomi, keeper of the fire, builders of the future.
Steel-It polyurethane coating has become the choice of leading off-road builders and race teams who recognize the coating's superior performance, protecting suspensions, chassis, and other metal parts that require a proven durable shield against corrosion. Steel-It's weldability is a signature benefit that saves racing teams hours of repair time. Steel-It provides remarkable performance, making it easier to get back out onto the race course. Use Steel-It to protect your investment.
Do you feel like getting away? Make your escape to Potawatomi Carter Casino and Hotel. We are keeping Carter safe and will make you feel at home, like part of the family. We have the latest in casino gaming with a variety of slots, table games, and bingo. There is something for everyone. Treat yourself to a stay in our hotel and enjoy delicious options at the Flames Restaurant. Relax, unwind, and escape to Potawatomi Carter Casino and Hotel on Highway 32 in Carter, Wisconsin.
This is Mountain Dew. A rush of crisp and refreshing flavor. Delivering a bold citrus kick. Take your thirst and thrill it. Do the Dew.
Shayak Edja Danuk Mugzuk Meow. The place for everybody, please.
The Forest County Potawatomi presents a new 120,000 square foot community center in Crandon. A place for everyone to play, exercise, and have fun at an affordable price. Come in and experience the culture and endless opportunities available at the Forest County Potawatomi Community Center. For more information, please visit community.fcpotawatomi.com.
Make way for the first ever Chevy Silverado CR2. With Multimatic shocks, rugged 33-inch tires, and front and rear electronic locking differentials.
Dude, this is awesome, but we should get back to work.
This good? Perfect. If you're going to work remote, work remote. Find new workspaces. Find new roads. Chevrolet.
Our journey at Continental has taken us down many roads. And when we first started, they weren't even paved. For more than 150 years, we've worked hard to earn your trust. From the trail to the racetrack and beyond. The Continental mark in all its forms stands for confidence. Confidence you trust. Continental Tire.
Steelite polyurethane coating has become the choice of leading off-road builders and race teams who recognize the coating's superior performance, protecting suspensions, chassis, and other metal parts that require a proven durable shield against corrosion. Steelite's weldability is a signature benefit that saves racing teams hours of repair time. Steelite provides remarkable performance, making it easier to get back out onto the race course. Use Steelite to protect your investment.
Do you feel like getting away? Make your escape to Potawatomi Carter Casino and Hotel. We are keeping Carter safe and will make you feel at home, like part of the family. We have the latest in casino gaming with a variety of slots, table games, and bingo. There is something for everyone. Treat yourself to a stay in our hotel and enjoy delicious options at the Flames Restaurant. Relax, unwind, and escape to Potawatomi Carter Casino and Hotel on Highway 32 in Carter, Wisconsin.
Make way for the first ever Chevy Silverado CR2. With Multimatic shocks, rugged 33-inch tires, and front and rear electronic locking differentials.
Dude, this is awesome, but we should get back to work.
This good? Perfect. If you're going to work remote, work remote. Find new workspaces, find new roads. Chevrolet.
This is where you come alive, where adventure is the ultimate destination, and where Polaris General takes you. Explore beyond the beaten path with a sport-tuned suspension. Ride all day, surrounded by unrivaled comfort perfected for the off-road. And load up all your gear with class-leading cargo capacity. No matter how you share adventure, General takes you there. Polaris. Think outside.
Make way for the first ever Chevy Silverado CR2. With Multimatic shocks, rugged 33-inch tires, and front and rear electronic locking differentials.
Dude, this is awesome, but we should get back to work.
This good? Perfect. If you're going to work remote, work remote. Find new workspaces, find new roads. Chevrolet.
This is Mountain Dew. A rush of crisp and refreshing flavor. Delivering a bold citrus kick. Take your thirst and thrill it. Do the do.
Kayak Edja Danuk Mugzuk Meow. The place where everybody plays.
The Forest County Potawatomi presents a new 120,000 square foot community center in Crandon. A place for everyone to play, exercise, and have fun at an affordable price. Come in and experience the culture and endless opportunities available at the Forest County Potawatomi Community Center. For more information, please visit community.fcpotawatomi.com.
Make way for the first ever Chevy Silverado CR2. With Multimatic shocks, rugged 33-inch tires, and front and rear electronic locking differentials.
Dude, this is awesome, but we should get back to work.
This good? Perfect. If you're going to work remote, work remote. Find new workspaces. Find new roads. Chevrolet.
Steel-It polyurethane coating has become the choice of leading off-road builders and race teams who recognize the coating's superior performance, protecting suspensions, chassis, and other metal parts that require a proven durable shield against corrosion. Steel-It's weldability is a signature benefit that saves racing teams hours of repair time. Steel-It provides remarkable performance, making it easier to get back out onto the race course. Use Steel-It to protect your investment.
Make way for the first ever Chevy Silverado CR2. With Multimatic shocks, rugged 33-inch tires, and front and rear electronic locking differentials.
Dude, this is awesome, but we should get back to work.
This good? Perfect. If you're going to work remote, work remote. Find new workspaces. Find new roads. Chevrolet. Make way for the first ever Chevy Silverado CR2. With Multimatic shocks, rugged 33-inch tires, and front and rear electronic locking differentials.
Dude, this is awesome, but we should get back to work.
This good? Perfect. If you're going to work remote, work remote. Find new workspaces. Find new roads. Chevrolet.
There's someone right here in northern Wisconsin that's committed to making quality healthcare at the standard of the community. For the past 15 years, they've invested in building state-of-the-art facilities that have helped keep families healthier by providing services like radiology, dentistry, optical, diabetes treatment, maternal health, and behavioral health services. So who cares so much about the health of the community? Potawatomi, keeper of the fire, builders of the future.
You feel like getting away? Make your escape to Potawatomi Carter Casino and Hotel. We are keeping Carter safe and will make you feel at home, like part of the family. We have the latest in casino gaming with a variety of slots, table games, and bingo. There is something for everyone. Treat yourself to a stay in our hotel and enjoy delicious options at the Flames Restaurant. Relax, unwind, and escape to Potawatomi Carter Casino and Hotel on Highway 32 in Carter, Wisconsin.
Make way for the first ever Chevy Silverado CR2. With Multimatic shocks, rugged 33-inch tires, and front and rear electronic locking differentials.
Dude, this is awesome, but we should get back to work.
This good? Perfect. If you're going to work remote, work remote. Find new workspaces. Find new roads. Chevrolet.
Our journey at Continental has taken us down many roads. And when we first started, they weren't even paved. For more than 150 years, we've worked hard to earn your trust. From the trail to the racetrack and beyond. The Continental mark in all its forms stands for confidence. Confidence you trust. Continental Tire.
Make way for the first ever Chevy Silverado CR2. With Multimatic shocks, rugged 33-inch tires, and front and rear electronic locking differentials.
Dude, this is awesome, but we should get back to work.
This good? Perfect. If you're going to work remote, work remote. Find new workspaces. Find new roads. Chevrolet.
You know, as crazy as it sounds, I just don't blow the dust off my bow and go hunting. For us, the hunt really never stops. The hunting season never ends. It's 365 days all year long. Using the machines in our everyday life like we do, if we didn't have them, I couldn't imagine it. They simply help us get our job done.
Steel-It polyurethane coating has become the choice of leading off-road builders and race teams who recognize the coating's superior performance, protecting suspensions, chassis, and other metal parts that require a proven durable shield against corrosion. Steel-It's weldability is a signature benefit that saves racing teams hours of repair time. Steel-It provides remarkable performance, making it easier to get back out onto the race course. Use Steel-It to protect your investment.
Our journey at Continental has taken us down many roads. And when we first started, they weren't even paved. We know trust isn't given, it's earned. And for more than 150 years, we've worked hard to earn. Our journey at Continental has taken us down many roads. And when we first started, they weren't even paved. We know trust isn't given, it's earned. And for more than 150 years, we've worked hard to earn your trust. 150 years of perfecting how tires are made, continuing to both raise the bar while setting the industry standard. From the trail to the racetrack, from off the beaten path to the highways and beyond. The Continental mark in all its forms stands for confidence. Confidence 150 years in the making. Confidence you trust. Continental Tire.
Steel-It polyurethane coating has become the choice of leading off-road builders and race teams who recognize the coating's superior performance, protecting suspensions, chassis, and other metal parts that require a proven durable shield against corrosion. Steel-It's weldability is a signature benefit that saves racing teams hours of repair time. Steel-It provides remarkable performance, making it easier to get back out onto the race course. Use Steel-It to protect your investment.
There's someone right here in northern Wisconsin that's committed to making quality healthcare at the standard of the community. For the past 15 years, they've invested in building state-of-the-art facilities that have helped keep families healthier by providing services like radiology, dentistry, optical, diabetes treatment, maternal health, and behavioral health services. So who cares so much about the health of the community? Potawatomi, keeper of the fire, builders of the future.
Steel It polyurethane coating has become the choice of leading off-road builders and race teams who recognize the coating's superior performance, protecting suspensions, chassis, and other metal parts that require a proven durable shield against corrosion. Steel It's weldability is a signature benefit that saves racing teams hours of repair time. Steel It provides remarkable performance, making it easier to get back out onto the race course. Use Steel It to protect your investment.
Do you feel like getting away? Make your escape to Potawatomi Carter Casino and Hotel. We are keeping Carter safe and will make you feel at home, like part of the family. We have the latest in casino gaming with a variety of slots, table games, and bingo. There is something for everyone. Treat yourself to a stay in our hotel and enjoy delicious options at the Flames Restaurant. Relax, unwind, and escape to Potawatomi Carter Casino and Hotel on Highway 32 in Carter, Wisconsin.
Steel It polyurethane coating has become the choice of leading off-road builders and race teams who recognize the coating's superior performance, protecting suspensions, chassis, and other metal parts that require a proven durable shield against corrosion. Steel It's weldability is a signature benefit that saves racing teams hours of repair time. Steel It provides remarkable performance, making it easier to get back out onto the race course. Use Steel It to protect your investment.
Good evening, welcome back to Crandon. We've had a fantastic day of racing here. We've had an incident on the track during the 4400 race. I can't tell you any more than that because I don't have any more news than that right now. However, as soon as we have more news, we will bring it to you. But we're going to put a cap on the racing for tonight, and as soon as we have more news, you will be the first to know.
And just to say that our thoughts and prayers are to everybody that is here in Crandon, and we hope for the best, but we do have some issues, and we're going to get them addressed as soon as we can.
We will be doing that, and we will keep everybody informed. So for the time being, please stay safe, and we'll be back with you very, very soon. All the best, and good night from Crandon.